Well, the pandemic this year, people not really in the swing of it. This year, many folks are thinking differently about their retirement planning. And joining me is Marvin Mitchell. He is the Senior Financial Advisor of Compass Retirement Solutions. Good morning, Marvin.
Good morning, John. How are you today?
Fantastic. We got to do some damage control. We should have been getting underway with this in March, actually, when the pandemic began. Let's talk about that. You wrote one book, Retire Early, and now you're out with another one. I suspect this is because of the pandemic.
Yes, it is, John. We wrote a book. It's called Retirement Breakthrough. This is what Wall Street doesn't want conservative investors to know. And John, the reason why we wrote this book is as we talk about the pandemic and elections and just so many things going on in our economy, I feel that a lot of people and a lot of advisors are focusing on the wrong things, such as taking risk in a portfolio and not necessarily how we can protect people's financial foundation and make sure that their income will last throughout retirement.
So you telling them to dump out of the stock market and go to cash?
No, of course not. I'm not telling anyone, John, to jump out and go to cash. But in this book, we talk about how can you focus on making sure that you actually have a written income plan. How do you choose Social Security wisely? How do you avoid probate? When things get really anxious, a lot of people just make the decisions to pull out or make sudden mistakes. We want to keep people focused on the long-term vision of what retirement should be like. And a lot of people are deciding to retire early throughout this pandemic. And some people are deciding that they have to work 5 more years. So I think retirement is different now. People are thinking about it different than they did just a few months ago.
Right. Would you suggest that people delay retirement to catch up?
So for some people, yes. For some people, if for example, they pull their money out when the market went down back in February and March, they may need to catch back up. Especially we don't know what's going to happen with health insurance, Social Security. Some people can't afford to delay Social Security. But for some people, John, I'm actually seeing a lot of people who are stressed and even depressed throughout this pandemic. And I'm actually recommending some people retire because they can't deal with the anxiety and the stress that's due to working right now. Some people, and we're wanting them to get involved in some things that they may enjoy, and we're just showing people how they can actually do that, how they can retire early, and how they can think differently about their retirement.
Do you think some people are waiting until after the election to decide?
Oh my God. That's probably, John, that's the number one thing I'm getting.
Yeah.
If my candidate doesn't get in, everything is going to go down. I mean, I've never seen such fear. I mean, this is such a polarizing election right now. So, yeah, I think a lot of people are standing on the sidelines because they don't know what to do. And I'm telling people, if you're going to stand on the sideline anyway, this might be the chance, if you haven't already, to develop a written income plan and actually have a plan and not just, if my candidate doesn't win, I'm doing this or I'm doing that. That's not the best way to plan for retirement.
Yeah, diversify your income perhaps and slash that spending. All right, Marvin, Thank you so much for the information. And if you want to get this book, it looks like it's a quick read. Just go to fox2now.com, retirement, and you will see all the resources offered by Compass Retirement Solutions. We're going to take a